As-salamu alaykum Sayyidi.
Walaikum salam wa rahmatullah.
If we see a jinn, does that always mean they are from the bad jinn?
If you see a jinn, is it always from the bad jinn? I can't answer that in a general term, that wouldn't be fair. But to understand the bad creatures, they show themselves anytime they want to scare you, that's how they exist. Good in the sense of a believer but not a mu'min, so he may have the right to do that too, because he can appear at any time. And it's like going to the mosque and saying, this guy next to me he's praying but then he stole something from my wallet, but he's in a mosque. How's he doing that? He's Muslim and he does bad things. So that I've watched cameras where they show people praying, they steal the zakat box and go. Maybe they're hungry, they need it, that's up to them. But anyone with a belief could do anything, but mu'min is different. They took their bayat with Allah and swore an allegiance, and that allegiance calls for them not to intervene with humans, not to interfere with their light, their understandings, anything. Now if Allah puts an exception or their shaykh puts an exception for something, that I want you to be introduced to that mu'min, and that's a guard, that's this, that's something separate. So they can be sent to be introduced to somebody as a guardian to know that this guard is with you, don't be scared, that's something completely separate. But those whom took their allegiance, they don't interfere with humanity. Remember anyone, even if a shaykh all of a sudden appears in your home, it would frighten everyone. So that's not a part of their command, that's not a part of what Allah wants them to do. So their work is always of a hidden work, praying for people. When you pray and you go into your room and you make your salah, do you think you're alone? Salaamu alaykum ibadillahi salihin. That you're saying in the words that Allah taught us to say, As-salaamu alayka ayyuhan nabi, so it means that the Muhammadan light is present, inshaAllah will be present because you're giving salams, and ibadullahi salihin and the pious servants of Allah. So even in your prayer Allah is telling us to give salams to these pious servants, they're all around you. So you're never alone, they're always around. If you sit and meditate then budal, nujab, nuqab, then these categories of awliya they are present with you, working on your heart and your soul to purify and to correct and to perfect. But doesn't mean they want to appear, hello, and then make you scream and yell and delete. It's not the purpose, that's like nafsani, why to do that? They don't want a recognition. So then for them to be there and spiritually perfect the heart and to perfect the character is the only importance. And Allah when He looked to the servant He doesn't look to their form. So teaching also to them, don't look to their form, that go in a spiritual reality and address their spiritual issues. So don't reduce your connection to the form and to show your form and to be visible to their form. So these are of a different understanding inshaAllah.